Hello, welcome to another episode of Evening Crypto with your boy, your host, the Real Shot 256. Tonight, I've got a couple of interesting things to talk about. First of all, thank you for joining. Wishing you a very happy Wednesday night, Wednesday evening, wherever you are. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. And I'm going to start things off with a bit of a weird situation that I just experienced as I was making my way home. Just a short while ago. So the weirdest thing just happened, right? I was on my ride. I was riding a lift over back to my place. And the driver, very nice guy, super educated, very smart, good conversation all throughout. I mean, I don't think there was a moment of silence throughout the whole ride, but the guy had just come back from China 3 weeks ago. He had been out there for 10 years and said he was very happy to be in this area back in the United States. But, as he said, he just came back from China 3 weeks ago. I mean, my heart sunk, guys. Should I be worried about this? We shook hands the whole nine. I don't know. I'm feeling like, I don't know, man. You guys get it? Like, I've got goosebumps. I hope nothing comes of it. I hope the guy looked perfectly healthy, sounded perfectly healthy. I mean, he didn't sneeze one time. He didn't he presented no symptoms of being sick or ill or by any stretch of the imagination. So I think I'm okay, but I'm just not 100%. I just get this really eerie, just, I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's just a really weird feeling. Anyway, am I safe? What do you think? What do you guys think? You didn't sneeze or anything, right? I'm good, right? All right. Well, I hope so. If I don't make any more videos, you'll know the reason why. So no, that's not the right tweet. I wanted to show you guys. The right tweet is down here, guys. So, the SEC just came out and rejected another bid to create a Bitcoin ETF, turning down Wilshire Phoenix's Bitcoin and Treasury bond proposal in this case. Guys, if you are still thinking, if you're one of those guys or one of those individuals who is still thinking that we need an ETF, that this is something that needs to happen for Bitcoin in order to have mass adoption and all this sort of nonsense, please stop. That is the best advice you'll ever hear from me. Is the ETF is not going to make a difference, guys. My trading days, my investment days came from traditional markets. I can tell you, an ETF is going to make little to no difference. Right? Not little to medium, not little to large, little to no difference. An ETF will have a very small impact on Bitcoin. Why? Because people already have a mindset. People already set their mind up about what they think of crypto. At this point, if you just go outside of your home, wherever you live, if you just go to the street and you encounter people, most people have heard of Bitcoin, and most people already have an opinion. They're not going to go buy it because there's an ETF, right? That is not going to be the reason they buy it. Right? Just as Bitcoin will not go up or surge in price because the United States economy is tanking, like we have been seeing here, in the last couple of days. If we look at traditional markets, I like to look at the S&P as one of the main indicators for traditional markets. And if we look at that, it's been on a massive drop, right? We've dropped about almost 9% in the last 4 trading days. The last time we had a drastic drop like that, it was back in 2018. Early October, we started this big, massive descend to the tune of about, well, it's double digits, right? 20%, 20.25%. We've done about half of that in just 4 days. This took, well, let's measure it again. This took 54 bars, so 78 days, right? And the last 4 days, we've done half of this move, right? So anyway, going back to that, if you guys are hearing that nonsense, that an ETF is much needed to begin this world conquering or this world mission of adoption. Let's not be that naive. This is just people, trying to pump or chill, or just, maybe they're lacking a little bit of education on that end. And, to their, sort of credit, they're probably trying to push for Bitcoin adoption. They probably have a good intention behind it, but it's just not true. So don't put your hopes that you're going to get rich by owning Bitcoin because there's an ETF coming. If it does come, it's not going to make you rich. That will not be the winning factor or the decisive factor in making anybody rich. So, the commission concluded that at the NYSE, ARCA has not met its burden under the Exchange Act and the commission's rule of practice to demonstrate that its proposal is consistent with the requirements of Exchange Act Section 6B5, whatever, and in particular the requirements that rules a national securities exchange be designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices and to protect investors and the public interest, said the filing. All right, so that is what they're blaming it on. But again, guys, I'm not worried. It's certainly that's not the reason why Bitcoin is down in the last couple of days. That is not the reason. That is also a fallacy. That is also something that is gonna, is just gonna lead you to disillusionment in the space, in this investment. If you are investing in it, or if you're potentially thinking that you should invest in it, that should not be the driving cause or reason you are, investing in this in any way, shape, or form. All right. The other thing I wanted to bring up to you guys tonight, also very cool, very important. And for that, I think this is how you spell it. No. What is the guy's name? I'm blanking. Starts with a J. Jake. Here's the guy I'm looking for. All right, so he just tweeted this earlier, 5 hours ago. So basically, a judge in the XRP securities case class action has granted in part and denied in part Ripple's motion to dismiss the case. There's a lot going on here, but overall, it's a victory for the plaintiff. All right. The securities claims survive. XRP stays in the crosshairs, right? So basically, what this is saying is that portion where the plaintiff is blaming that XRP acted as an unregistered security. Basically, that portion is moving forward in the lawsuit. That part of it is key in this whole thing, because that is the basis of the lawsuit itself, right? XRP is trying to defend themselves by saying that there's no harm, there hasn't been harm, and that there's no point in there's no point for litigation because they were not a registered security at the time. The judge just ruled that, hey, there is some legitimacy to that claim, so we are moving forward with the said allegations, right? So this is very, very important for the future of XRP, because if the court does rule that XRP was in fact an unregistered security and it acted as such, then it will be found to be in contentment of the law. So it's not, that part doesn't look good. I hope that the XRP defense lawyer team has a good argument and has a good way to maybe circle around that or circumvent that. But in any case, I don't think that they're going to escape unscathed. I think there's going to be some repercussions coming to XRP, Mr. Garlic House, and the team over at Ripple. So based on that, I don't know if that makes any difference on your mindset as to whether XRP is the standard and it's going to $589 and all this sort of other stuff. Let me know down in the comments if this changes your mindset in any way, shape, or form. And now let's get into the charts. So Today is Thursday the 26th. Price has been on a downward move for the last 3 days. We're looking at the daily here. And 1, 2, 3, that's the 3 black crows. This could end up, being a turnaround, a reversal candle. I tweeted out, let's go back to Twitter. If you're not following, definitely do, at The Real Shot 256 on Twitter. I want to let you guys know where we tweeted this. On a free fall to the 200 EMA. Come on. 200 EMA on the daily. Right there. Nailed it. So, scary, awesome stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Bounce at near 86 hundo. Where did we bounce? Jesus. Off the 200. Off of 8600. All right. So, and, this is the brand new candle. This candle is from 3 hours and 6 minutes ago. This tweet was 10 hours ago. All right. So there you go. There you guys have it. If you have not subscribed, this is a good time for you to hit the subscribe button, because we do this sort of fortune telling all the time. Just kidding. We don't do fortune telling. We just take educated guesses. And sometimes they fucking work out. Wow. All right. So anyway, here's the scary stuff. Sorry, I know. I hope you didn't come here to for me to give you good news. There's no good news to give out right here, right now. Come on, drawing tools. Gosh, are you gonna make me do it again? Why is this thing failing so bad? Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. All right, let's do this again. That's not a problem. It's easy fix. All right. So we were talking about this last week, right? We were definitely in a new trend. And it was a downtrend. And we talked about this last couple of videos where we were doing this thing. And we said in our last video that there was definitely a lot more down pressure, or a lot more price movement to the downside to be had, to where the 55, we talked about this possible scenario, and it actually did play out. We were talking about hitting the low range of 9,200 to 9,000, where this bottom line of support was coming in. And here's the scary part, right? Not only did we come to meet it, we actually went right past it. And not only that, but then we saw the 200, we were like, shit, hold my beer. We're going deeper. And we ended up hitting the 200 as this move started to play out. I was certain we were going to come back down and meet the 200 there, as we did. But that is the scary stuff, right? Not only did we break this uptrend, we started a new trend, which was a downtrend, a corrective phase. Little of consolidation happening there. All the bulls just completely left the building and started a massive, massive downtrend to the 200 EMA there. And then not only did we started this downtrend, but then we also broke below it. We broke down from it fairly quick too. I mean, it didn't take very long to break down from it. So here's the top, right? I just want to count in how long it took. So it took 14 days for the entire breakdown from top to breaking down from this new downtrend. I mean, it took literally almost no time. We went from ultra bullish to hitting 20,000 again to, oh shit, we're going to all-time lows again in a matter of 2 weeks. That's pretty, and again, it's telling of this type of market. It's telling of Bitcoin. Is very much indicative of the type of markets that we are in, and that is why you should take extra care of your money and make all the educated decisions you can possibly make. Do your own research. Don't trust me or anybody. I've been guilty of going against my own TA based on what some other highly deemed TA guys out there, and they've skewed my TA and they've skewed my opinion on things and the way I play the market, and it's always gotten me wrecked. Not to say that I'm always right, but every time I switch my mindset to maybe accommodate somebody else's TA, I end up on the wrong side of the trade. So I keep doing that, and I hope that you guys stop doing that for your own sake, and you guys will become a better trader, because you have to believe in your TA. You have to stick with the plan. I've said this many times on this channel. You have to stick with it. I mean, I still got out at a very good spot. I think I was at 9,700 when I got out, 9,800, and I've been out of any trades since. So at what is next? All right, so I was telling you guys there's quite possibly a bounce around 9,600, right? And I'm sticking to the plan. I was just saying you have to stick to your own plan. I am comfortable with entering a position, so I did at 8,650. That is kind of where I caught things on the bounce. So I am now in a small trade. I will be very quick to escape the trade and leave it if we break down below the 200 again. I've got my stop loss at 8,600 even. If we break down below that, we're below the 200 EMA. Guess what? We're probably going to stop at the 377, right? This downtrend is no joke, guys. This is very bearish. And I don't think we've seen this sort of drop since like back in September 23rd. This collaborative drop right here, it's got the same writings, right? It's got the same sign. So very bearish. Again, I do think we find a temporary bounce here. So if you want to long it or enter a spot trade here, not a bad idea. Look out for major resistance at 8,900. If we break above 8,900 and we enter back into this overall this downtrend here, we're very likely going to come back and retest 9,800. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not 9,800. I'm sorry, that was completely off. So say we break above it, 95 to 9,700 is where I'm thinking. Let's actually paint a little box. What about let's call Bob Ross, and Bob Ross is going to help us paint a little box here between 95, right? 95. Here we go. Between 95. What's the top side of this box here? 98. Nah, I think that's 98. I think it's kind of out of the question right now. We'll leave it at like 97.50. There we go. Close enough. All right, that is our target. Again, only if we hit this other target. Where's my? Oh, here we go. So if we hit this little flag guy right here at 90.54, is that where it's coming at? We'll just call it 90.50, right? If we hit that 90.50 marker, actually, I can put a price flag on this, and it's one of these guys. Price label. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. I am comfortable with that. 89.86, right? We'll just leave it at that. But if we break that 89.86, then look for this target, right? This will be the finish line. We can put a little finish line flag on this one. There's what we want. We'll put it right there. All right, guys. So that's kind of what's happening, right? I do expect a bounce here. Rejection at 8,900, somewhere between 89 and 9,000. Rejection there. If we do get rejected, we're probably going to get past the 200 and the 100 simple and come back to the 377 at 81.45. That's kind of where things are heading. Again, that's scenario number one, the bearish scenario. The more likely scenario is, again, come back to 9,000 tops. Rejection, come back to the 377. Scenario number two is the more bullish scenario. Scenario number two is if we break above 8,900, 89.86, and we close in the open some 4-hour candles, very likely that we finish the move all the way up to 80. We'll call it top of the box here is 97.50, right? Top of the box. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for tonight. I appreciate you guys joining. Please hit the subscribe button and notification bell. I hope you got something in exchange for your time here tonight, and I'll see you guys on the next one.